hi guys, I'm here today in Leek in Staffordshire. It's a dull, dreary, drizzly day, typical of the UK like this, but hey, and have I got a cracker of a video for you today guys. It's tighter than a duck's arse in the little country lanes around here, up in a village called Flash, going through, which is the highest village in Britain, England. I'll see if I can grab a screenshot somehow, somewhere, the sign that tells you. And then down into the village to the roads to drop some guys off. So you'll see, it's a cracker of a video, really tight, good fun, and took just about all of my years and experience not to bend the coach on the little bridge you're going to see in a bit. So enjoy the video and we'll see you again next time guys.
Okay guys, so we picked this up on the A52 at Markeaton Island in Derby, and we're heading out of Derby at this point. Picked it up here so that we don't, so that I don't show you who the client is, but it's right towards the beginning of the journey. This whole section is sped up. You can skip this whole section if you want. Skip to, I'll put the chapter on the YouTube video of where you can pick it up, where we pick up in Flash, but you can watch the run from here to Flash if you want. It's all at high speed. Okay, so pick up here on the turn to flash. I've been up here before and I knew this lay-by was here. Even though that car was parked there, I thought I'd just try and see if I could swing it round. I knew I'd need to shunt. It's a hard back, hard back on ourselves this turn, but so we're going to try a couple of shunts. Working that steering wheel. And then I'm like, no, not going to make this. So that's just me saying that I know we can turn around up here. I've been up here before, actually. Went for a bike ride up here over the summer. And I know at the top of this road that there's a little tiny like cafe called Flash Bar, which is quite cool. We stopped there for lunch. But as you can see, very, very foggy. The view from here is amazing because we're very high up, obviously, because we're up by the highest village in Britain. But due to the fog there, you can't see anything at all. But I knew I could turn around up here. And I end up, of course, doing this 3 times during this day. But there we go. Thank that nice van for letting me go. And that is there, that's the flash bar and stores. It's very, very small, but they do, like, you know, home cooked food, and it's all very nice. So a nice little reverse back out onto the road here. It is on a corner there, so I'm being very careful. You know, just trying to keep checking all my mirrors and look and see, make sure there's no cars coming. I've got the hazards on. And then we can run back down the little short deck into flash again. So we've got, as you can see, a Merc Turismo. It's just a standard dual axle, so it's about 40 foot long roughly. And a standard coach is 8 feet, is it 8 feet 1.5 inches? 2.55 meters is the standard width of a coach, and that's going to become important later on. So down here you can see that hard turn back, and if I could have swung it into the lay-by, I probably could have made it round, but much easier this way. This is just into the village of Flash. Apologies for the camera rattle there. Still not sure what's causing that rattle noise in the camera. It's not the coach, it's not the camera itself. Maybe the mounting, not sure. I'll work it out. Anyway, still foggy as you can see. That's the sign on the left there that I put a screenshot right back at the beginning of the video, showing the height of Flash, 1,518 feet, the highest village in Britain. As I say, I have been here before. We parked down here when I came up over the summer as well. So we did a ride and we also did a walk as well. So I have been here before, which makes so much of a difference in terms of knowing what's coming up and stuff. But there's a left turn here. It's a little bit tight, but nothing nothing extraordinary. Just got to be a bit careful. As long as people haven't parked silly, that guy's okay. And then coming down here, see a car coming the other way. Car's parked on the right. It's quite a popular parking place there on the right hand side for people going on walks. But he pulled into this turning on my left here. I don't know if he just pulled in or to let me through, or whether he was going in. But anyway, let me through, and then we come out of the village of Flash. It is very small, and then I'm going to speed this section up coming up because it's just road like this, not particularly narrow, no cars, nice and easy. So we've got a sped up section coming up for a bit, and then we'll pick up shortly. Okay, pick up here because the road gets considerably narrower here, and we're now down to a road that's not much wider than the coach itself. Now, the thing you've probably noticed if you watch through that just mini sped up section is how clear it's got. So the fog was up on the top of the ridges, but as we dropped down into the valley, the fog has almost completely disappeared, which is really useful in terms of getting across the bridge that's coming up. But so yeah. If you look on Google Maps, it tells you to come in from this turning on the left. I'm glad I checked it out first because there's no way I would have turned the coach around the end there with those brick walls. But we're coming up to the left turn here, which is Grabbatch Mill Lane. There's that little lay-by on the left. I did wonder if I could stop there maybe, but turns out later that we couldn't. So swing the left off here, and this is the point where Street View on Google Maps stops. So Street View will show you up until just here this little turn, but it doesn't show you down here. You can only see this on satellite view, and it's not the best view anyway. So I checked it as best I could, but thought we're gonna have to go for it. So we're now kind of going for it and seeing what happens. The farm on the right here is going to become important later on, but we carry on down. It's a nice stream on the left hand side, you can see. It's actually a really nice place to go for a walk. This is we're heading down to the Grabbatch car park, which is the car park for the roaches, which is a big area just south of where we are here in Staffordshire, popular with walkers. So that was the drop off, was the Grabbatch the Grabbatch car park. And then there's some other stuff further on, as you'll see. But we come down here. Okay, not too bad. And then we see this thing here, this awful S-bend over this low, tight bridge with that wall on the left that is going to be a complete and utter bum. You can see we're mirrors into the sticks on the trees. First go, checking that left mirror for that corner on that wall. Nope, not going to make it. And we are shunting. You see I've put a nice little shunt counter there up on the screen so you can keep a track. This is using a technique, and I'm going to credit the guy here, a guy I used to drive with whose name was Craig. He's the one who taught me this technique. Maybe it's common knowledge amongst coach drivers, but I didn't know it until he told me. And that is in a situation like this where you can't get, you can't swing around because it's too tight. What you effectively need to do is straighten up. Obviously, the straighter you are, the easier you can get through the gap. The bridge is wide enough for the coach, just about, as long as you're straight. But of course, with that left corner wall you might have seen on the way in, what you can't do is turn and get straight. So this technique is where you go backwards straight, and then you go hard over to the right as far as you can. You see me working the steering wheel, swing it back left again, go forward as far as you can, and then repeat all over again. Go back straight backwards, hard over to the right, hard over to the left, and effectively what you're doing is just straightening up. As long as you've got a little bit of space behind you, and I had a little bit of space before the fence that was to the right as we came down. And of course you get further down the bridge each time you do this, you've got a little bit more space to go back. So great little technique that I'm glad he told me, and you'll see after a number of shunts that we finally get straight enough to actually get across the bridge itself. So there my lead passenger was just asking if I'm trying to get to the car park still. Yes. And she was being very nice about offering to get out and walk up. But of course at this point there's no way I'm going backwards. So we're committed, and we're going up across this bridge and whatever happens. So keep going. See, we're on shunt count number 6 here. At this point I'm starting to think, not sure if I'm actually going to make this, and then if not, what on earth we do to get out. But anyway, keep going. Don't worry about the wobble on the coach there. That's just what happens when you you try and move off with the wheel turned hard, and of course a lot of sideways motion. Nearly there, nearly there. Now on to shunt count 8. Take it slowly, take it carefully. Watching the front corner, watching that inside mirror for where that silly corner on the brick wall was. Slowly, slowly. but I'm thinking we're good at this point. Fortunately, there's a little space over there that we can roll into in order to get around properly. Those signs say no parking. Yes, did it. If you can hear that, a nice little round of applause from my passengers. But it gets gets crazy now. It gets very narrow, as you can see here. Offside mirrors in the bush. Near side is almost touching that fence. It gets very narrow down here. You'll hear lots of tree scrapings in the next section of the video. There's me looking at the car park, trying to work out if I can turn around in there or not. See, what you can't see on the satellite maps here is this fence on the left. Now, I probably could just about have turned around here, was it not for this big tree, that one there, on the offside, that was not just a little bit overhanging the road, but was massively overhanging the road, and got completely in the way and totally stuffed me up for turning around in this car park. So I'm trying to decide what to do. I'm just saying that I'll drop the passengers off here and I'll work it out myself. So at this point, again, I'm just going to do a video cut and cut out all the stuff of me dropping the passengers off and sorting all that stuff out. And then we pick back up again of me carrying on up the same road. It's dead narrow down here. I mean, it's literally can't be any wider than the coach whatsoever down here. But because I can't turn around the car park, my only option is the Grab Batch Mill. Now, fortunately, when I checked on Google Maps and on satellite view, there's a big mill at the bottom here that's got a cafe. It's a bit of a wedding venue. Feels to me like they're completely out of the way, but it's a nice venue. And they look like they had a decent sized car park. And I thought that's going to be my only chance to turn around. I could see, again, on satellite view, because you can't come down this bit on street view because it's not on maps, that they had a gate entrance, and I wasn't sure if I could make it through their gate entrance. As you can see, more trees on the right, dead narrow. Anyway, so I was having to go and hope that I could make it through their gate entrance and down to the mill to turn around. You'll see what happens in a moment. There's also a scout camp down here, and that is, as you can see, signed here to the left. I wouldn't want to have to turn around there either and get up there. But anyway, and here is the mill on the right, and you can see, phew, nice wide gate. Thank goodness for that. So we'll go down here to turn around. As you can see, this is really wide, well tarmacked, nice, nice mill, nice, nice. Whoever took this over from the original mill. Did a really great job down here. There would have been space to park here on the right if I was staying, but I decided just to go down to Leek instead. But anyway, carry on down the drive. At this point, I'm thinking, great, look at that big car park, nice, lovely space to turn around. So it's just a small group from the same party here who drove up themselves, looking to find where the rest of them are. I'm going to speed the next section up because it's just me chatting to them and me then chatting to the cafe guy who comes out to say hello as well. More about him in a sec. So I'm just going to speed through that section first. and then finish turning around and back off up the drive again. Now the cafe owner wanted to have a photo of the coach. He literally came out and said could he take a photo of the coach because the other staff members wouldn't believe him because no one's ever got a coach down there before, and I can see why. So that was quite fun, a nice little thing for me there to be the first person ever to get a coach down there. So back out, just a little wave to the guys, my guys that I've just dropped off, this group of walkers, and I'm back off out. The cafe owner was really nice actually. He said, did I want a cup of tea? And I was like, do you know what, I just feel like I need to get out of here first, just in case I have a complete nightmare. If I was sure about getting out easy, I would have stopped down a cup of tea and parked up, and and that would have been very nice. But I thought I just want to get out and back across this stupid bridge, just in case there's a problem. So back out the mill, back onto this road, and for some reason this road was worse going back out. I don't know if it was just the shape of the road or where the trees were or whatever it was, but it felt worse going back out this bit of the road than it was coming in. As you can see, it's really narrow. Like I said, I think it's literally barely wider than the coach here, which means I've got no room to turn or swing at all, and it's just constantly mirrors in the trees, scraping down the side of the coach. It's just awful. But there we go. The joys of being coach driver, eh? And we're gonna, you can see here, really close. Just a quick stop. I wanted to take a photo while I had a chance, knowing that, of course, by the time I come back later on, it's going to be dark. So just grabbing a quick photo here. Okay, so we're approaching the car park on the left, and at this point I'm now thinking, well, this bridge, I hope it's easier getting back. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Obviously I've got no choice, I'm in, I've got to get out again, but that doesn't stop it being a bit seat of the pants styley, this one. Got that nice little narrow bit first. Fortunately, I've now watch it back, I can see that that tree looks like it's been cut back to allow for the slightly taller vehicles to get through, but just here, but still nice and tight through here, up to the bridge. Step, I'd take another quick photo here of the bridge. Just again, so I thought I'd take a chance of doing it while I can. Now in a bit I'm going to speed this next quite long section up again because it's a bit it's not worth seeing the whole thing, but approach the bridge and the first thing I spot is that telehandler parked on the other side. I know straight away that I'm now not going to get across there, but let's go for it and see. What you do notice here is the wall on the right hand side is curved. It's curved outwards. That makes a massive difference. I do have to shunt a few times. You'll see now sped up that we're going to have to shunt a couple of times to get backwards and forwards. Then the car comes down the other way, and I thought I better try and get around, at least make it look like I'm trying to get around, even though I know I'm not going to, just because he's come down. I know the telehandler's in the way, but actually, so this bridge was much easier to get back across this going this way because of that curved wall on what's now the outside, and no inside corner. It's not terribly wide, but easier than the other way. but this, just waiting for the farmer to come and move the telehandler out of the way, and then it carries on sped up all the way back up through Flash and down to the turn back on the main road again. So you can watch that through if you like, or just jump to where we get back to Flash. So this again, all sped up this whole section. So definitely breathe a sigh of relief as we get down to the turn back onto the main road again, and we are free and easy. So this is just the run back up to turn around at the Flash doors again to go back down to spend the day in Leek. Now, I said I'd tell you what happened later on and why the farm became important. You can see here now a couple of photos of the coach parked up actually in the farmyard itself. I'd stopped and spoke to the farmer. You might have seen on the sped up bit of footage. Stopped and spoke to the farmer, asked him if I could use his farmyard to turn around in, which was the suggestion of the cafe owner at the mill when I stopped earlier. Said just ask the farmer to turn around his field, because obviously you're not going to want to get back down and across that bridge again in the dark. Would have been completely impossible. So no hope there. So the farmer very nicely, very kindly, shout out to the farmer there at Manor Farm for letting me just literally park up in his yard and I'd arranged with the guys I was picking up that if I wasn't at the car park at the due time, then to start walking up the lane, and they did indeed walk up and find me. So thank you very much to the farmer. Had a nice little chat with the farmer about farming and you know, how farming is these days, especially with a popular TV program from a popular car show presenter. Has put farming into the spotlight a lot recently. But anyway, I had a nice chat with the farmer, and he was a really nice guy. So thank you very much for that. And then we picked up the guys, and then we drove all the way back to Derby. So that was the end of the day. So crazy day, crazy tight roads up in Staffordshire for a full-size coach, but a bit fun nonetheless. And just the satisfaction of knowing that I've done it was all good. All right, thanks guys. As always, most of the people who watch the videos here on YouTube aren't subscribers to the channel. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on the video, hit the notifications icon as well. It really helped me to grow the channel if you guys would just come and watch the videos. But thanks again, and we'll see you as always again next time.